Scaramucci secretly tried to destroy Trump for 10 days on job. Here's what else he was hiding. Breaking reports from the White House Monday reveal that President Trump has fired Anthony Scaramucci from his position as communications director, just 10 days into the job. As the sudden move on President Trump's part is sending shockwaves through the political atmosphere today, disturbing information is surfacing about what Scaramucci did over the past 10 days, that making many wonder if he was simply a liberal plant sent in to incite chaos within the Trump administration. We all had high hopes that with the addition of Scaramucci to Trump's team, the White House leakers would finally pay their price for their ongoing treasonous antics towards our president. From day one, Scaramucci vowed to fire every last leaker, even if that meant firing every single person in the West Wing. But now it's appearing that Scaramucci's badass facade just a smokescreen, as the true reason he got a job as Trump's communication director is now coming to light. Breitbart reports that just days into his new position at the White House, Scaramucci's outlandish antics began setting off massive red flags for Trump and administration officials. Scaramucci's profanity-laced tirade to the left-leaning New Yorker magazine was only part of the issue, as the debacle began days before Scaramucci's rant to Ryan Lizza began making headlines. Appearing on CNN's State of the Union before officially starting his job at the White House, Scaramucci revealed a confidential conversation he held with President Trump, going on to out the president as his anonymous source. The conversation was then used by CNN to perpetrate their ongoing Russian-Trump collusion hysteria. "You know, somebody said to me yesterday, I won't tell you who, that if the Russians actually hacked this situation and spilled out those emails, you would have never seen it," he said. When pressed further about what he knew on Trump, like an idiot, Scaramucci went on to blab that the president was his source, even though in the previous sentence, he said he would not reveal his source. "I talked to him yesterday. He called me from Air Force One. And he basically said to me, hey, you know, this is, maybe they did it. Maybe they didn't do it," Scaramucci said of Trump. CNN is Trump's sworn enemy, and leaking private details to CNN about his conversation with Trump should have been the giant red flag that prevented Scaramucci from landing the job. Trump's advisors were frantic, worried that he might accidentally spill the beans on Trump's other secrets. Right after blabbing about the Russians, Scaramucci provided fodder for the liberal media yet again, after his hot mic incident was then leaked to the liberal website, BuzzFeed. Breitbart reported. Scaramucci then got caught making some comments into a hot mic that the legacy media promptly leaked to left-wing BuzzFeed. That should have been a lesson to Scaramucci to not trust the legacy media, but Scaramucci learned that the hard way 3 days later when he made profane comments about former White House Chief of Staff Reince Priebus and White House Chief Strategist Steve K. Bannon to The New Yorker's Ryan Lizza. According to the leaked hot mic audio that BuzzFeed obtained, Scaramucci said CNN was on the left but also reportedly argued that he is not some jerk-off salesman because he went to Harvard Law School. "So when you're thinking I did this shit by accident, know that I did it on purpose. You understand what I am saying?" Scaramucci was caught on the hot mic, explaining to a CNN executive why he called on a CNN reporter during his first press conference. From there, things began to rapidly deteriorate, as Scaramucci's profanity-laced tirade to The New Yorker dominated the news cycle for several days. Breitbart reported that Scaramucci then began butting heads with Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump, who were reportedly fed up with former White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer, but that Scaramucci's ongoing antics only made things worse. Several days later, Scaramucci gave CNN more material for their anti-Trump hysteria, going on to say he wasn't sure if Trump was in favor of Russia's new sanctions or not, contradicting the White House's public stance that Trump was being tough on Russia. Scaramucci again cast Trump in a negative light with liberal reporters, where he gave different answers about whether Trump had been discussing pardons at the Oval Office. If that wasn't enough to make you convinced this guy was either incompetent moron or a liberal plant, Scaramucci then leaked intel about an active FBI investigation going on at the White House involving leakers, alleging that FBI agents had violated the agency's protocols and broke the law. Miraculously, Scaramucci still was not done inciting chaos at the White House. He then blasted out over Twitter that he could get people within Trump's administration in trouble with reckless tweets, making an idiot out of himself with the announcement that he had contacted the FBI over leaks, going on to ignite an uproar among legal experts and throughout Trump's Justice Department. Stephen Vladek, a professor at the University of Texas School of Law, spoke of the gaffe, saying, "If he really did reach out to DOJ and friends at the FBI to investigate a leak, yes, that would seem to be a violation of both the norms and rules governing White House contacts with the Justice Department, all the more so given that the information at issue is in the public domain." What are your thoughts on Scaramucci? Just an incompetent moron, or could something more sinister be at play? Being that he's threw Trump under the bus multiple times while talking to liberal reporters, it really makes you wonder. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.